Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leigh Fuge, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Schecter Traditional Van Nuys. So the Traditional Van Nuys is another 2021 model from the Schecter catalogue. Now, if you've watched any of my recent videos, you will have seen a couple of other Schecters be featured on the channel, and it's no surprise to see that I'm a big fan of these because Schecter are taking a little bit of a detour here to a very 80s vibe, which I am all over. So this is obviously a Superstrat style guitar. The Van Nuys series is comprised of two guitars, which is this one, and the Van Nuys PT, which is a T-style guitar, which I did a video on not too long ago, which is going to be linked in the top corner for you to check out if you want. The Van Nuys series sort of is a sort of nod of the head or a tip of the hat to what the Schecter guys were doing in the early 1980s, working out of their custom shop in the Van Nuys area of California when they were sort of hot rodding guitars and building their own sort of kit guitars. These are sort of a tip of the hat to those old school Schecters from that time period. So I just want to mention this is not a sponsored video. I'm not getting paid for this video, and I'm not keeping this guitar. This is just here on loan from my friends at Schecter, and this is actually leaving me tomorrow. So by the time you guys see this video, this guitar will be gone. It's going off to a retail store, so someone out there, maybe someone who's watching this video, is probably going to end up buying this thing, and they're going to be very lucky because this is a really cool guitar. All right, so let's take a look at the spec of this thing. So obviously from the body shape, we can see that it's a Superstrat style guitar. It kind of tells us all we need to know about the sort of sounds we can expect to get from this thing straight away. So we've got an ash body here, which is pretty lightweight. You could easily play this stood up for many, many hours without any issue. The finish here is called Gloss Natural Ash. So it's this sort of ambery color. As you can see, it's a very high gloss finish on both the front and the back. They've not done any sort of staining or any other colors with this. I definitely think this color is not going to be for everyone. It's not my favorite color, but it does look nice. But like I said, I would maybe like to see a couple of other colors included in the range. On top of the body, we've got a Schecter Vintage trem. This one is floating a little bit. I've not got the trem arm attached because this is a retail guitar, so I don't want to basically do anything that's going to cause any damage to the guitar. So we're going to look at this without the trem today, but it is a floating vintage style trem, pretty much the same as the one that's on the Nick Johnston Schecter that I own. We've got a humbucker here and two single coils. So the humbucker is a Schecter USA SuperRock Vintage, so it's like a vintage voiced humbucker. This also has a coil split here as a push-pull pot on the tone control. In the middle position, we've got a Schecter USA MonsterTone and another MonsterTone in the neck position. Also got a 5-way switch down here and a master volume control. So the bridge pickup you can split to a single as well, so you can get that typical 3 single coil sound, or you can leave it in humbucker mode and have humbucker single single. Then we've also got this roasted maple neck and fretboard. Schecter are really using a lot of roasted maple at the moment, which I think is great. I really like the feel of a roasted maple neck. The roasting process actually takes any moisture out, so it actually improves the tuning stability, and I just personally think it makes them feel great as well. They've got a nice sleek feel to them. So we've got a 14-inch radius fretboard here on a 25.5-inch scale length. We've got 22 extra jumbo frets there. Let me just get the autofocus on the camera right so you can see those up close. 22 extra jumbo frets, and at the top we've got a Graphtec XL black tusk nut. And we've also got Schecter locking tuners as well, which is very handy with the vintage trem. So obviously there's no Floyd Rose here, but the locking tuners do a great job of keeping this thing in tune. This is an Indonesian made guitar, and in the UK it's going to retail for about £899. Obviously you're going to have to give or take that depending on where you buy it from. It may be slightly more or slightly less depending on your retailer, but it's going to be in that sub £1,000 mark, and it's a lot of guitar for the money. All right, so let's take a listen to what this thing sounds like. So I'm plugged into the Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200, which I'm running straight out of the Redbox DI, which is running an IR of a vintage 4x12 cab. It's going straight into my audio interface. So no cabs in the room today. So we're gonna start with a clean tone. I'm just gonna play a bit, move through the 5 pickup positions, and engage and disengage the coil split. So there's some really great clean tones on offer there. Everything from a nice warm humbuckery clean to some sparkly and bell-like in-between single coil positions. I'm a big fan of a lot of those tones there. Even the neck pickup has got a really nice bite and clarity to it. Sometimes neck pickups can be a bit muddy and a bit lost in the mix, but I think that would cut through really well on stage. So I think if you were gigging with this thing, those neck pickup notes would definitely not get lost in the mix. So I've got a bit of crunch on now. I've moved to the crunch channel of the amp, so I'm going to do the same thing, all 5 pickup positions with the coil split engaged and disengaged. So those SuperRock Vintage and MonsterTone pickups sound great with a bit of gain. There's a lot of bite and a lot of clarity to these pickups, perfect for sort of classic rock, 80s rock kind of stuff, which again, right up my street tonally. Now I've gone to the Leigh channel of the amp, so a bit more gain again. Let's see how the 5 pickup positions fare with a bit more grunt. So it definitely handles a bit more gain well. You're definitely going to sit really comfortably in that classic rock, even classic metal, 80s metal kind of stuff with these pickups. Whether or not they can do super heavy downtuned stuff, I'll let you guys decide, because I don't really play too much of that stuff myself. But now we're going to take a look at the tone control. So I'm just going to play again. I've gone back to the crunch channel of the amp. I'll play again on the 5 pickup positions and just move that tone control up and down so you can hear the range of what it does. I always love that Schecter tone controls kind of get you into that cocked wah position type sound. It's really a useful texture, I think, if you're trying to get that kind of sound live. You can kind of dip into the Eric Clapton style thing as well, but it's a very versatile tone control. Even if you just use it to sort of shave some of the high frequencies off the single coils, there's a lot of tonal variation you can get from that control. So overall, I am super impressed with this. I find that I'm consistently impressed by Schecter at the moment. They are making some fantastic guitars that all sit in that sort of sub £1,000 range, and this is no exception. I have mentioned in other videos that, you know, for years and years I kind of avoided Schecter because predominantly they focused on more metal guitars, heavier kind of stuff, and for me that wasn't really my vibe. But really I'm loving this whole 80s thing they're going on at the moment, and it'll be really interesting to see if they keep going this direction, because this is a fantastic instrument and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with this series of guitars. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below in the comments what you think of the traditional Van Nuys, and also if you haven't checked out the video for the Van Nuys PT, please go do that as well. That's a great guitar also. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the sound of this guitar. And while you're down there leaving a comment, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.